Tibetans are old and ancient culture. And it is rich in language, in dance, in song, music, in writing, in arts, in crafts. And it is unique. It is a unique civilization, idolized, talked about, and always have been very mysterious for people for many centuries. Today, in the general population of the world, if people associate Tibet, they automatically associate it with the lamas, or the Tibetan masters and the teachers and the saints, ascetics, the Mahasiddhas, the great monasteries such as Ganden and Drepung, Sera, Trashilompo, Gyute, Gyume, and they indelibly associate Tibet with His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. In Tibet and His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, is inseparable and very much connected. Due to the Tibetans moving to many parts of the world, to many countries and to different cultures, it is still known for its religion. It's still known for its ancient science of the mind. Because Tibetans living in isolation for over 1,000 years has its advantage and disadvantage. And I'd like to mention that the advantage was, because of its geographical isolation, it was very much able to perfect all the teachings of the Lord Buddha from all forms, from Sutrayana and Tantrayana completely. And Tibet has developed, past and present, and will develop many great erudite masters and teachers. And Tibetan Buddhism is well known all over the world, being embraced by thousands and thousands and thousands of people yearly. And I heard it's the fastest growing religion in the United States. So therefore, there's a reason for this. There are many reasons, but I'd like to mention some of the top reasons. The first time I met His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, was in Howell, New Jersey. Howell, New Jersey, which is a couple of hours away from Trenton, the capital of New Jersey. And that's where I grew up. And he came to the Mongolian Kalmyk temple there called Rashi Jembaling. And the abbot there was His Eminence, the great Sarah May Abbot Emeritus, Khyentse Rinpoche Jessen Losan Tarchinla, who was an erudite master, a great abbot of Sarah May Monastic University, a scholar, a practitioner, a living yogi, who, when we stayed around him and observed him, can find no faults whatsoever. I received my first teachings and I received my first practices, all from this great master, whose name I find very difficult to mention, whose kindness to me I can never forget. He was a Tibetan master living among the Mongolians there. The Mongolians are known as Kalmyks. And the adopted family that I lived with were Kalmyks, Kalmyk Mongolian people. And so they had a few temples there, and one of the temples was called Rashi Jembaling, where they had a lot of images and statues and tankas and very beautiful items that they had brought over from their homeland, which is a Russian republic, which is called Kalmykia. And these Kalmyk Mongolian people traveled over to the United States in World War II as refugees and reestablished their culture. Rashi Jembaling, Nitsan, and Baran Horu. There was 3 temples in that vicinity, all belonging to the Kalmyk Mongols. And in North Jersey, in Washington, New Jersey, there was Geshe Wangyal, a Mongolian scholar, master Geshe from Drepung, his meditation retreat center in Washington, New Jersey, who coincided together with our master and invited His Holiness the Dalai Lama to visit Howell, New Jersey and Washington, New Jersey. Needless to say, it was one of the most incredible moments of my life. It was one of the most exciting moments of my life. It was one of the most looked for moments of my life. Because I remember, although I was 11 years old, I was very, very excited. And even when I think about it now, I'm very excited. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is a dream for all Mongolians to see his golden face just once. There's a saying in Mongolian, to see the golden face of the Dalai Lama once before one passes away will ensure that one doesn't take rebirth in the 3 lower realms. That is how much faith the Mongolian people have in him. My mother's heritage is Mongolian, is Kalmyk Mongolian of the Tulku tribe. My father's heritage is Tibetan from Golok, Tibet. And my father was a monk before, and he gave back his robes, and he had a family, and he resided in Taiwan. This is where I was born. I was born in Taiwan, and then adopted over to the United States. So anyways, when we heard the announcement that His Holiness was coming, it was incredible. It was just incredible. And lots of preparations. The Mongolians from the tri-state area, which is Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, New York, and New Jersey, all gathered to wait for the arrival of His Holiness. And I remember being tremendously excited. So already a few weeks before we were set to meet His Holiness, I had painted a picture of the 4-armed Avalokiteshvara. I painted it myself, I drew it, I painted it, and on the back of this picture, I wrote a prayer beseeching His Holiness to live long, that his activities will grow. And I composed the prayer in my own little childlike mind that I can never be separated from His Holiness in this life and future lives. And what was incredible is when I prepared that gift because I was a kid, I didn't have any money, I didn't have anything else to prepare or to offer to His Holiness. And I wanted to make a connection. So when His Holiness came, we were so blessed. He came to Rashi Jembaling Temple, and we all went to receive his blessings. It was so crowded. There were so many people. There was reporters. There was TV stations. It was just incredible. This was back in 1976, his first visit. After that, His Holiness went to the north, to Washington, New Jersey, where Geshe Wangyal, the great Mongolian master, Geshe Wangyal has a large retreat center and large piece of land on a hill because Washington, New Jersey is set at the tail end of the Appalachian Mountains, which is the eastern chain of mountains in the United States. So North Jersey was quite hilly, had waterfalls, and very pleasant and very green and mountainous. So his center was on a mountain with an artificial lake. And Geshe Wangyal had a beautiful place set up for him, and beautiful altar, and a fabulous, wonderful outdoor throne, dais, and sitting area to receive His Holiness's teachings. So the Mongolians chartered 3 large buses, and we all took a journey to Washington, New Jersey. I can't remember. It's a few hours ride, 2-3 hours, because I was quite young, around 11. And we went up to Washington, New Jersey,